Another cold front has arrived in the Midwest, and showcased by Episode 6's action, we welcome it with open arms. It's no secret that hunting over a good food source close to bedding during an afternoon can produce some of the season's best action. On the flip side of the coin, morning hunts during this time of the year shouldn't be overlooked when the conditions are perfect. Cool weather plus rising barometric pressure can equal later than usual daylight activity. Hoping to take advantage of this movement, October 17th finds Owen Reigler making his first morning hunt of the season targeting Wolverine.
Well, here it is, Monday the 17th. Just breaking daylight here. It's good and chilly. It's like 31 degrees this morning, so it's pretty morning. Northwest wind, which is carrying that direction. Hoping to see that Wolverine buck, although I think we're a little too far east to catch him this time of year, but you never know. We're not too far from where he runs. There's another buck we could see in here, which is a buck that Dad passed last year. And I told him this year, I was talking to him about a month ago, and I told him to come out and kill that buck, and he was planning to do that shotgun season, so if that buck comes by, I don't know, I might kill him. It's just in Dad's honor, so we'll see what happens. Well, that was a pretty buck. 3-year-old looked like. He was right here on this trail before I ever even seen him. Never heard anything, so we're gonna have to watch that. He's making a scrape right there.
While Owen watches carefully for flashes of antler returning to bed, Kaleb, Greiner, and Murrey are also out on their first morning hunt.
It's him, isn't it? Yep. That's the beast. Oh, has he got it out this way? Day 3 early muzzleloader season. Casey and I are back in the blind, back at the River Bottom farm, and in after one of these mature bucks that's been showing up on the cutty bags here the last couple weeks. And we're essentially sitting in the transition of where they're moving back to go bed for the rest of the day, so unfortunately the beast didn't come all the way down in the corner. Stayed out about 200 yards. Couldn't really get on the deer right away for the shot and everything. Casey wasn't at a good angle. This front brought the cold weather, let me tell you, boys. Casey's in her little sleeping bag over here, this new Arctic Shield bodysuit. She says it's real nice. Wish I would have got myself another one. But all in all, it's just gonna be a beautiful day. We've got a high of 42 degrees today, and the low's in the lower 20s, so hopefully we catch a few more deer coming back down this morning to the river. See what happens.
That same morning, 30 miles to the southeast of Kaleb and Casey, team member Nolan Burke is also on stand, with his first early muzzleloader tag ever in his pocket.
Good morning and welcome to Wilderness Whitetail. It is October 17th, and just as I was trying to kind of give a morning update here, I had a couple does, a doe and a fawn, come through along with the turkey. I'm out here at the muzzleloader today. Not the best time of year for these early morning hunts necessarily, but my time is limited. I got to work all week, so I'm sneaking a few morning hunts in early this week, and then hopefully later this week I'll get a couple in the afternoon. I have a buck and a doe tag. However, I promised my 5-year-old that I would take him Friday to get out of school early, so I had to save that doe tag at least. This farm's really secluded, and it's one of those places, even this early in the year, if you sit long enough, the deer will be moving in and around here most of the day. So I think we'll see a few more deer before we're done here this morning, hopefully. We got a buck down. We got a buck down. We had like 6 does, all within 20 yards at one point. I got a flash of brown coming up through the creek and it was a buck. I think it's a pretty good buck. I don't even have any cameras out on this farm, and so I don't have any pictures of him or anything like that, but that's pretty typical my last couple years hunting with kids and work and everything else. I don't get to spend as much time in the stand as I used to, so. Well, I'm gonna sit here for a while, make sure everything's good, and get calmed down before we get down, and we'll get a better look at him here in a second, get our hands on him.
You liar, you said it was a decent buck. It's a really good deer.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a really good deer.
Dude, I still get a good look at him. He came up through there.
You haven't even been over there yet.
I haven't. Dude, I waited.
He is a good buck. Well, we got him tagged up, and I am excited to come down and get my hands on this deer. It was a great hunt this morning. I knew my time was gonna be limited this early season and bow season in general as well. And so I came down here this morning with the intention of getting a quick hunt in and getting some cameras set up. I don't have any cameras even running down here yet this year. And when this buck came up out of the ditch, I knew it was gonna be a shooter. Got set up on him, and I was excited to put him down. This farm always holds good bucks every year. And typically not till middle to later October do we start seeing them though, when they start moving through here. So I'm gonna get some cameras up still, because we still have a bow tag, and we were just excited to see this deer. I know there's more out here. I know we'll have some really good hunts here this year, and it was a good start to the season for us.
Following the awesome action of the morning hunts, the afternoon arrives. Unable to hunt due to work, 20 miles to the west of Nolan, Mike Reed heads to the river farm looking to chip away at his pocket full of doe tags.
Hey guys, it's Monday, October 17th. So Ryan and I, after I got done with work, we ran down to the river bottom farm. We're set up in the redneck on the corn plot where we shot those does a week ago. There's still quite a bit of activity right here. Really great conditions. I mean, the pressure's really high. It's bluebird day and nice and cold. So for October 17th, I'm excited to be out and hoping for a bunch of does in the plot. Ryan and I both have our bows in the blind, so we're locked and loaded and ready for the afternoon. It's about 4:45, so we got about 2 hours to go.
As Mike waits for deer movement to pick up, 10 miles to the south, Zach Rosmus is on stand at Area 52, hoping to keep the train rolling after helping recover Nolan's buck earlier that morning.
All right, guys, good afternoon. To say that today's already been an eventful day would be kind of an understatement, because earlier today, Nolan connected with his early muzzleloader tag on a really good buck. And then, although I didn't have the pleasure of being in the tree with him this morning, I was able to kind of go through the recovery process and put down some footage for him. And man, I really enjoyed this morning, and it's kind of a special moment to be there during the recovery process. But fast forward a few hours, and I'm back in this inside corner spot. Shrimp actually walked past this camera that's about 30 yards away from where this stand is set up at. If he keeps doing what he's doing, I'm gonna have an encounter with him. Another encounter, I should say. It's just a matter of time. And it's just gonna be, I think, whether or not I can put it together and get it all on film and make things happen. So I imagine that Nolan probably won't be the only one that kills tonight, and hopefully some of our other pro staff have some luck, because the conditions are really great. So close. I mean, so close. Ended up having 2 encounters with shrimp tonight. And just a few things go differently. You know, I think that I could have killed him tonight. But still an awesome hunt. I'll be back here soon. I'm not sure when I'll be out next. Just gotta watch the cameras, and then next time the conditions tell me to come down here, I'll be back.
Back on the river farm, the deer are beginning to move.
Baby. Two of them. That's why I took 2 arrows out. Do you want to try to shoot her? She just went down.
So that worked out pretty nice. How was that? Is that your first deer with a bow and arrow?
That is my first deer with a bow and arrow. That is...
That's pretty awesome. Nice shot. We're gonna get packed up and get out there and try to make short work of this.
Deer. Yes, sir.
The following day, Owen Reigler switches targets and heads to hunt the wide 9.
Well, here we are, October 18th, and I can't imagine conditions being much better than today. The high's about 45. We got 30.4 for pressure. Northwest wind, which is just like this, carrying back across this little creek ditch here. And we're back after that wide 9. But we hunted the other day, right there in that redneck. And what I'm hoping is if he's bedded in that draw, we just gotta pick the right day when he's there. All the movement's going this way to the west, which is corn. We got some greens here. And then we got clover there. And then on the other side of that ditch is some standing beans with some winter wheat. So everything seems to be moving that way mostly. So that's what we're banking on. If we can catch him bedded in that draw, I think he will come this way. We're hoping he walks this path right here. Hits a scrape maybe, so he'll be right in our lap if that happens. Fingers crossed, boys. Let's give her a shot.
As Owen settles in for the evening, 80 miles to the northeast, Grant Noble is gearing up for the afternoon on his best permission farm. After filming multiple great bucks during the summer in a soybean field, he heads to the same spot, hoping to key in on the waste grain left behind from the recent harvest.
All right, well, here we go. It's October 18th, and Max and I made the trip to one of our permission farms that we've hunted a few times this year. We decided we're done messing around and we brought the smoke pole out tonight. Our targets are the short tooth 10 that we've talked about a little bit, that we got some footage of just right here this summer. And then
There's 2 other deer that potentially I would shoot. I think I would have to make a game time decision if they came out, but we have a pretty stiff northwest wind. We're just kind of laying prone up on this dike in the middle of this field, so I think we have a decent hide. But we're sitting over this cut bean field. I wouldn't say they've been regular on camera, but we have had some pictures of them, especially in this corner right here. So hopefully they step out tonight. It feels good. The highs are in like the mid 40s today. So it's definitely a good October evening.
I think it's the same one we saw the other night. There's a couple of them there. Why do they always run? She's coming right at us. No. She's gonna try to circle us. Oh, it's a short dude. It's a short dude. I don't see the beak. Yeah. I'm gonna have him clear this double real quick. You good? You good?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, baby. The short two.
That was sweet. Can I play as the short dude?
Dude, that's the most you've ever seen by a
Oh yeah, for sure. I was so worried I was gonna hit this stubble right here. I just let him walk a little bit further.
crushed, don't they?
He didn't go anywhere. I mean, he's literally laying
He's dead as a doornail, isn't
5 yards from where I hit him at.
Let's go freaking get him. Tell me that's not the biggest body.
So the short tooth 10 is down. This is no doubt the biggest bodied deer I've ever killed in my life, that's for sure. So it's getting dark on us now. As you can see, he didn't go anywhere. He just flopped over and died right there. But we'll get him back out tomorrow and get some better light and get some better pictures of him. All right, well, here he is, a short tooth 10. Max and I have had a tough season so far. We've probably one of the toughest we've had since we moved to Iowa. We've had a lot of history with this deer. We've had him on camera pretty much ever since we got permission on the farm back in 2020. He was looked to be like a 3-year-old clean 10 with a split 3. And the next year, which would have been 2021 last year, he made a pretty solid jump. He was, again, a clean 10, and it seemed like every time we got pictures of him, he was just tearing up scrapes, and we actually had an encounter with him around this time of the year, and he came charging up the decoy, so we knew he was an aggressive deer. But he actually went a little bit downhill this year, but he definitely gained some character, which I'll take anytime. But cool deer, fun hunt. Special thanks to Max. He's filmed my past 2 bucks, and it's always fun hunting with him and sharing permission with him, and now I get to be behind the camera for him tonight. So hopefully we can keep the train rolling, and we'll have a good rest of the year.
October 18th was all it took for Grant Noble to make good on his opportunity, and while Owen Reigler didn't have the hunt he was hoping for, he did enjoy good deer movement and bow range. The following morning, 330 miles to the southwest of Owen, team member Nolan Redeker is back on stand, making a move on Deuce, his top target buck.
Well, good morning, guys. Just getting light enough to start filming here this morning. I'm sitting after Deuce up on this oak ridge this morning. Man, it's so nice out. It feels like a rough morning. It's gotta be 25. It's pretty chilly. So the deer should be on their feet. This is a really good morning spot. I expect Deuce to start using this area here with the pre-rut and especially in the rut like he always does. So we'll see what happens. Well, guys, there you have it. There is the first Deuce encounter of the year. It's crazy. That's the first time I've seen that deer and not had him at 10 yards, but pretty exciting to see him. He looks really good. Not really long tines. I think he looks better than he did last year, and he looked pretty nice last year. So that's real exciting. So it begins the first encounter. Hopefully, I can catch up with him eventually.
Following the first Deuce encounter of the season, that evening, back in southern Iowa, Owen Reigler is heading to the same stand as the night before.
Well, here it is, the afternoon of October 19th, not quite 4 o'clock yet. We're back in the same tree we hunted yesterday for that wide 9 buck. And what I decided on this buck is I think he's doing what I've seen some mature bucks do before. It's always like a dominant buck that does this, but I've seen like in broken woodlot country, it's almost like checking a trap line for people, but they'll be going to these different woodlots and they'll be there a day or maybe 2, and then they just circle around and they're checking these doe groups. And that's what I think this wide 9's doing. He's not down here all the time, but I think he's just checking all these doe groups, and then he's back down here every 2 or 3 days. So what I decided to do is just hunt him 3 days in a row as long as I got the wind direction I need. So this is day number 2. I think we're gonna have some luck doing that. I don't know, but you never know. That's the fun part. You don't know, but hopefully he walks this trail right here if he's in this area. We got a little over 3 hours to set in here, so let's see what happens. He's over 20 wide. That's a good deer. There's another little pack of deer in the beans over there. He's looking down in there for some reason. wasn't exactly what we wanted to get a shot at, but coyotes must go. I tell you what, Joe would be really proud right now. Every time we see a coyote, he's like, zip him, zip him. Well, we zipped one, little one. Man, that was a heck of a hunt. I mean, probably worked out the best it could have with that coyote. He cleared the field for us so we can get out clean. I think it's gonna start warming up tomorrow and we're gonna have a south-southwest wind, so we'll probably hunt at the other end of this where we've got a set for southwest, but that was a heck of a fantastic hunt tonight. I think we saw 18, 19 does is where I had last count. Bunch of bucks. We had that one really nice mature one right there. But no white nine. I don't know where he was at, but he wasn't here. We'll try him again tomorrow. We'll see you guys then. Yeah, on the board.
Well, guys, there you have it. There is the first deuce encounter of the year. He looks really good. Got really long tines. I think he looks better than he did last year, and he looked pretty nice last year. So it begins the first encounter. Hopefully, I can catch up with him eventually. We're essentially sitting in the transition of where they're moving back to go bed for the rest of the day, so unfortunately, the beast didn't come all the way down in the corner like he did the other day. He stayed out about 200 yards.
Man, that was a heck of a hunt. I think it's gonna start warming up tomorrow and we're gonna have a south-southwest wind, so we'll probably hunt at the other end of this where we've got a set for southwest, but no white nine. I don't know where he was at, but he wasn't here.
Although risky in many cases, hunting mornings in October can pay off big when perfect access is paired with great weather. Kaleb and Casey showed us that cutting bucks off in transition areas between food sources and bedding can yield great results. And Nolan Squared both saw great morning buck activity tight to the bedroom. With the forecast set to change, so will the bucks' movement, returning to the cover of darkness as they make their rounds, gearing up for the impending rut. Each falling leaf is a confirmation that in the near future, attention will shift from food to finding the first hot doe, setting into motion the annual event that sees bow hunters all across the country burn hard-earned vacation time. Soaking in every moment, we forge on, dreaming of the time when we will once again be chasing November.